channel. Today we've got two cars with us. We've got two Fortes. So of course Gabby is going to be our resident Forte expert.
Forte lover.
Yeah, the Forte is definitely her forte.
It is definitely my forte. Seriously, it is literally my forte. That one is mine. So you can tell inventory is tough when we're filming our own cars, but just kidding. We really wanted to compare it to the beautiful EX Premium. That's this dark gray one right over here. So they're two side-by-side vehicles. So in the lineup, the Forte GT line is one above the EX Premium. They're pretty close in price point. We're going to talk about some of the differences, of course, show you the differences, so you can kind of get a feel for which one's more valuable to you, which one would make more sense to you. So, Charlotte, should you do the ad?
As always. So, of course, for those of you who are watching live, you know how our live videos work. You know that Mondays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are actually here live doing this right now. So if you were to drive by, we would see you. If you were to drive by, you would see us doing this.
Unfortunately.
For those of you who are watching in the future, you'll probably want to skip ahead to around the 3-minute mark is when we're going to start reviewing the vehicles. You may have to watch an ad for those live. I'm going to, of course, do the ad for you right now. And that is that we are a real dealership located here in Brantford, Ontario. We have 3 dealerships in our little group: Brantford Kia, Brantford Hyundai, and Owen Sound Hyundai. So if you guys have questions about Kia or Hyundai product, if it's Kia, we want to be involved. Gabby can be your sales associate. I can be your finance manager and see you through the selling process. If it's Hyundai product, we would love to connect you with our sister stores where they'll be able to look after you. And of course, if you guys ever have any questions, please use the link in the description that we have, or in the comments. We do try to answer them to the best of our abilities. And I'm going to show you guys for in the future, if you ever want to get on to one of our live videos. So what you would do, I'll turn my camera around, is you would go to our channel, which is the Kia Hyundai channel, and you will see that this main video, the home video, it's going to say live. So all you have to do is click on that. You'll be able to see the live feed. You'll be able to see us doing this in real time, ask questions in real time, and hopefully we'll be able to answer you in real time too. So we'll give it a couple more seconds.
Let everybody get on. One thing we definitely want to talk to you guys about is price point. So when it comes to the price point of, I guess we'll start with the EX Premium.
So the EX Premium, this is the 2023, and MSRP on that is going to be $25,495.
Yes, and the GT line is $27,395. So a little bit of a price difference there. I do have to say, with the GT line, you do get a lot. So it's one of our most popular trim lines, that's for sure. So I think you guys will see why.
And it's popular for a reason.
It's popular for a reason, not because I drive. It is a very popular vehicle. Both of them are. So I think we should start our walk around.
Let's start that. We're going to get right into reviewing the 2023 Kia Forte EX Premium and
the GT line.
Perfect.
So which car should we start with?
Let's start with the EX Premium.
Okay. We'll hand the camera over to Mark.
So Mark, he is our co-op student. He's going to take the camera from me, and we will start with the EX Premium.
All right. So,
okay,
Charlotte, what's under the hood?
2-liter, 4-cylinder.
Yeah, 2-liter 4-cylinder MPI engine.
Yeah.
And then with that, you have your IVT transmission. So together, they give you exceptional fuel efficiency. I drive mine mostly on the highway, and on the highway, it really shines. So you can get that car down to, I would say my reading is very often 5-6 liters per 100K. So very, very good. And then when it comes to mechanically, they are the same. So they share the same engine, same transmission. You only get the turbo with the dual clutch with the GT. So the full GT, non-GT line. So that's what's under the hood.
Thanks, Gabby. I'll do the exterior walk around from here. So I'm going to turn the lights on. That way you guys can see them too. I've got the key in my pocket.
Is the camera a little fuzzy for you guys? Be honest.
We're going to turn off the radio. You guys got a little sneak preview. So with the EX Premium, when we take a look at the outside, you'll see that we do have some nice LED headlights on the front. And then also I'll show you your turn signal too. I should have hit that while I was in there because we can see it on the back too. Hit the hazards. And I'm actually going to try to have, I'll let that blink a couple more times. You'll see that, of course, you do have your turn signal. You have it on the side to your marker lights and then also on your mirror. So you do have nice marker lights on the side. A lot of people like to see that on their mirrors. There are some that don't include it. I'll have marked turn just behind him. This is so you guys can see the nice sharp cutoff that you do get with the LED headlights on the front. So you know that definitely visibility is not going to be a problem. That is something very nice that we see, of course, with this vehicle. Then we'll come around to the side, 17-inch alloy wheels. So nothing too new or crazy with the rim design or anything like that. We have seen this all before, which is nice. Come around. You do have touchless or keyless entry here, and this is also a push button start. This is where we see kind of the start of that on the Forte. It's not on the EX Plus, so it's nice that this is a gray vehicle instead of a black vehicle like the last one we did, so you can actually see it there too. We'll come around to the rear. You do have LED taillights. Of course, your turn signals, those are bulbs, and very easy to open. It is not a smart power lift tailgate. It is very, very easy to open though. Obviously, you guys saw the amount of kick it has. I didn't need to use a lot of effort to open it. And then of course, you've got your trunk space too. So we actually have, oh my goodness, the more pregnant I get, the harder this is becoming. A good amount of trunk space. And these seats do fold down. So for me, I am about 5'1". My feet go all the way to the back and they touch just the backrest of the second row of seats. And like I said, if you need to do, or if you're bringing anything larger home with you, then those can fold down, and you do have the release here to fold them down. That way you don't have to get around, go to the side of the car, fold the seats down, come back, load everything up. It is nice and convenient.
We got a cool question.
Yeah.
Someone said, can one of you guys give like a wave because they don't think it's live?
Oh, wave? We can all wave.
Everyone can wave. We are live.
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
And then we'll come around to the side to show you guys another exterior view. You will see you do have the antenna on the top too. That's going to be for your radio. You do have Sirius XM. And then up to you guys, do you think it would be best to compare the exterior of this and now do the exterior of the GT line, or do you want to see the interior of the EX Premium and then do everything on the GT line? What do you guys think? What would make the most sense? In the meantime, while that filters through, I'm going to turn off the lights. That way they're not just running for no reason. And what do we think? What do we think?
No one's told us yet. I think it would be good to show exterior, exterior, interior, interior.
That's what I'm seeing come through.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Exterior first, then interior. Okay. So let's do that. So you saw the exterior of the EX Premium. You see there's a lot of black accents in the front and then the chrome belt line as well. Now we're going to talk about what's different on the GT line and above. So the GT line and the GT will look essentially the same from the exterior except for the wheels. I'll show you. So you see you got full LEDs in the front, including LED fog lights. So you can see those down here. Another big difference is going to be the red accent. So it doesn't matter what color you get. You could even get the red option because we do have a red option. And you'll get red accents. It looks really, really cool with the blue exterior paint color. Honestly, I think it's just striking in all the paint colors because it's red, it's bright, it's fun. We'll have Mark get a little bit closer so you can see it, how it's integrated into the grille. There you go. So new Kia logo on the hood, same kind of shape and styling, but a little bit more sportiness. That's the whole appeal of the GT line. It's going to be a sporty looking car. Here we have our wheels. So these wheels are exclusive to the GT line trim, same size as the EX Premium. Get a good look at them. The car is still fairly new, so I still have my stickers on the wheels. It is what it is. On the side here, you will have black mirrors, so as opposed to the body color mirrors that are on the EX Premium. So black, they still have a turn signal repeater or marker. You have blind spot detection on both of these cars, so good tech. Come around again. This color is called Snow White Pearl, and then the EX Premium is called Gravity Gray. So stunning colors. That color is a preference of mine, I'd have to say. And then I'll show you the trunk. I don't know what's in here. Got sandals and a towel, so I haven't been here in the trunk since I last went to the beach, I guess. One thing I really love about both of these vehicles, though, you still have the trunk release right over here. On the lower trim level Fortes, you have to release it from the key fob or by the driver's side. So I find this very handy. A really, really cool feature that any Kia or both the Fortes with the push button start have, you can have the key in your pocket and literally walk up to it, give it 3 seconds, it'll beep a couple times, and it'll open up automatically. So since the key's inside, it's not going to do that, but it is a cool feature. I generally turn it off because sometimes I'm just standing by my cart and I don't want it to open, but it is cool for some people. Another thing you get is this beautiful lip spoiler. So black on all colors, all exterior colors you will get black, and then you have your GT line badging on the right side. At the bottom of both of these cars, your kind of exhaust look is the same. So it has a dual full muffler exhaust. It's not a real exhaust port, there's only one and it's underneath the vehicle, but it looks pretty cool, it's sporty. Full LEDs on the tail lights as well, so I'm actually going to hit the hazards and show you what everything looks like. We'll do a full kind of walk around of that. Okay. So how does that look? Got some nice amber lights, orangey lights, and we'll also check out the front. The windows are definitely very dark. Beautiful. And just like the EX Premium with those LED lights, you have a super sharp cutoff. Driving this daily, I drive a lot to Brantford, obviously, and my drive is actually a lot on the highway and a lot of country roads. So at nighttime, I can see everything perfectly. So these lights are very, very bright. I've had some of my friends follow me and say, Gabby, you're going to blind me. Your car is very bright. I'm going to turn this off, and then we'll do an interior coverage of the EX Premium, and then same thing for the GT line again. All right. No more hazard lights. Charlotte, you're up.
All right, so now we'll go and take a look inside the EX Premium. I'll have Mark actually come around to the passenger side. And just as he's getting in, I'll have him give you an overview of the seats and then also the dash. That way you can orientate yourselves on what we see. And in the meantime, I'll actually turn the vehicle into accessory mode. So you can see that we do have cloth seats in this vehicle. And it's just beeping because the door's open. Sorry about that. And they do have this nice sporty, a little bit more premium look with some of the design that they've gone with this vehicle. Just with some of the nice white stitching, I think is always a nice touch. I like it when it's not just basic black. I'll have Mark get in. So when moving up from the EX Plus, one of the things that we do get in this vehicle is going to be express windows. You do only have an express window for the driver's side, but hey, one is better than nothing, and it is obstacle detecting as well. So if I were to put my arm out, or the owner's manual, which we've done before, the second the window would touch it, it would drop back down. So some people love that feature, some people don't like that feature. I'm curious as to what you guys would think as well. On this vehicle, you do, of course, have your little bit of a smaller screen. So nothing too crazy there when it comes to the Forte. And of course, here on this side, we've got all of your media controls. As we move down, you do have automatic climate controls. And they are the dual ones, so I can have my own temperature. Mark can have his own temperature. We'll put it on high because Mark is very chilly, apparently. I've decided that he's chilly. And then, of course, underneath that, your front defrost, rear defrost. I always love having rear defrost in a vehicle because the Forte does not have a rear wiper. So it's always nice to have that on the back, but I do wish I always wish vehicles had a rear wiper. I don't know why. It's just something I'm like, I think every vehicle should have one. And then, of course, recirculated air, everything like that. In this vehicle, you do have heated seats for both the driver and passenger. You also have a nice heated steering wheel, and then your drive modes too. So in this vehicle, you've got normal, sport, and smart. It doesn't change on the cluster or anything like that, the design of it, because it's not fully digital. But you do have those drive modes. Gabby, her personal favorite drive mode is always going to be sport mode. And her car definitely reflects that. It's very sporty for her. This vehicle, you'll see it also does have Kia Connect. So up here at the top, you've got all of your Kia Connect Evo assistance, so roadside assistance, emergency contacts, everything like that. And as far as safety features go, this vehicle, it does have, cruise control. It's got lane follow assist, lane keep assist, everything like that as well. It also has blind spot detection. So if I were to put my blind spot on, there's a little emoticon. That's not the right word. Little icon on the side view mirrors. That's the right word. That would be illuminated. And Gabby's coming over here.
So someone wants to know, no sunroof in this trim?
No, there is a sunroof. Let's open it up for you. So there you go. We do have a sunroof. It does fully open and close. The only thing that is not automated is the shade that you do have to manually open and close too. So there we go. And I'll close it now too. In this vehicle, you also do have LED interior lights. So nice and bright on the outside, nice and bright for the vehicle on the inside too. You do have an electronic parking brake. I'll point that out because a lot of people like to know, especially when they don't see the classic lever. So you do have an electronic parking brake. You just pull up to engage it. Of course, your cup holders, everything like that. And we can take a look at the back seat too. Okay, so in the back seat, this seat is actually moved pretty far back, but by me sitting here, I know I'm not very tall. I'm only about 5'1", but it does show that I do have a fair bit of leg room. Of course, the seat that Mark was in is up a little bit further, so maybe he can show you where his legs are. Mark is significantly taller than I am. So that may give you a little bit more of a frame of reference. Something that I do love that this vehicle has, because more often than not, we only see this in the top trims, is that it does have rear vents. So that way anyone who's in the back seat, they will be nice and cool, nice and warm, depending on what the temperature is. I love that it's not just on the top trim, because I think that there should always be rear vents. That way everyone can be nice and cozy or comfortable in their temperature. I don't have a cargo net on this side, but there is one on this side. So that's nice. The passenger has one. Unfortunately, this passenger does not have one. And then for the middle, of course, you've got your cup holders. So standard back here, nothing too crazy. And still we have our LED lights as well. So that's really going to conclude most of the inside for the EX Premium. So we will, if anyone has any questions about this vehicle, if not, we will cycle back to Gabby and get into the GT line.
All right, GT line time. I know this one. So I'm going to show you guys the seating. The seat material and configuration is the same, but the materials are very, very different. So on the GT line, you do get the synthetic leather bucket seats. So sporty bucket seats, I'll have Mark kind of pan in there and show you what they look like. So you have white accents on the leather as well too. So just piping along the sides. These seats, they are heated and ventilated for the driver and passenger. And then your rear seats, you have heat, so they are heated. I'm just gonna hop in and show you what the seat's like. So they are powered and you do have lumbar support. So I really like that. Down here, you do have a trunk release and a gas release as well too. Same thing with the EX Premium. On the door, you're gonna see a little bit of a different kind of design. So it looks almost carbon fiber-esque. You have your speakers there, speaker down there. The sound system, it's not the premium sound system that's in the GT Limited, but I'd say it's still quite good. So it's gonna have the same sound system as the EX Premium there. You have an automatic window for the driver. The rest are all just regular windows, and you have safe window assist. So basically, if it senses an obstacle coming, it can it'll close. So if you stick your arm out, the glass will hit it, but then it'll bounce back down. It's really great if you have pets and you're closing your windows, not realizing, hey, their head's out, or kids and their arms are out. Here we just have our brightness selector, our blind spot detection button. So you can press that to turn it off if you don't like it. And then you have your traction control. Just your regular vents, your light switches, so same as the Forte EX. This is where things get a little bit different. So over here, you'll notice you have a flat bottom steering wheel, so more of a sporty looking steering wheel with GT line badging on it. The seats also say GT line on the back. Not sure if we caught that earlier. Up here, we do have a sunroof. Don't mind the sticker. It says live to fish. I don't want to talk about it. Now we'll have Mark come around and we'll show you the main screen because that's very different. And then if any questions come up, Charlotte will read them over.
And yell.
Pardon?
You want to show the parking brake, how to disengage it?
Oh, yeah. So for a parking brake, when you have an electronic one, you pull it up to engage it. I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but I definitely heard engage. And then to release it, you have to hold the brake down and then push this down like a button. And then you'll hear it disengage. Now, one thing I've noticed after driving this car for a while, if I'm parked kind of on a slope, so our driveway is a little bit, it has a bit of a decline, my car will automatically engage the parking brake when I park it. So sometimes you don't even have to think about it, it just does it. My old car, I never used the parking brake, and then it got all rusty and stopped working. So there's one thing. Another thing, or a couple other things here, you do have this beautiful 10.25-inch screen. So it has integrated navigation, Sirius XM, HD radio, all that good stuff. But one of the differences between this screen and that one is that there's no wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which I thought was going to be a bummer because it would be great to use my wireless phone charger and then do my CarPlay wirelessly. But every time I hop into my car, first thing I do is plug my phone in. It's just a habit now. And one thing I found about it is that the connection is actually a little bit better, so it's a bit stronger. And I don't mind it because it frees up more chargers for my passengers to use. And then down here we have our heated seat and ventilated seat controls. We also have a button for a camera, so I can just press that and see what's behind me. Check it out. Now, as soon as you do throw your car into reverse, though, it will automatically show your backup camera, so you don't have to press that every time you want to see your backup camera. Another thing that, or I guess I kind of show you the screens here. So if I go to map, it'll just show my normal GPS map. Right now it's in black because we are inside, so it's playing around with the lighting. But if I was driving on the main road, it would be green. You can also change the colors. You have your navigation menu, your map menu. This is a favorite button, so you can set it to do whatever you want. I just set it to do kind of a screensaver. I thought that was quite nice. You have your radio. So like I mentioned, that's my favorite song. You have Sirius XM, AM, FM radio, and HD radio, so a bit of a better sound quality. Media is right over here. From there, you can do Bluetooth audio. You can do not Apple CarPlay, I guess you can from there. Sounds of nature, USB music, whatever kind of audio you like to listen to. And then setup, this is where things get a little bit different. So on the EX Premium, if you want to change one of your driving features, like if you want to turn off forward collision avoidance or turn off lane assist, to get into the nitty-gritty stuff for your vehicle settings, you would have to go into the cluster here. For the GT line and above, you do it through the screen. So here I can change my smart cruise control, my driving convenience, everything, warning time, warning volume, all through the screen here. One thing I really like for convenience, I always like the welcome light. And this is where you can also turn off your wireless phone charger. So everything's kind of done through the screen here. Now you can still play around with your main dash and have it show you different things like your speed, your compass. If I had a route in my nav, that would actually tell me where to turn. But yeah, other than that, it is a really great car, very cool, a little bit more tech than the EX Premium over there, but drivability-wise, I mean, essentially they're the same vehicle, right? So I can't say this one drives better than the other. They both drive fantastic. This one definitely has a little bit more features, though. Now we'll take a look at the back. Of course, the legroom and everything is going to be the same, but just so you can see the seats back there.
Abby, do you have a heated steering wheel in your car?
I do have a heated steering wheel in my car, and I gotta say, I think it's one of my favorite features. Every morning I turn it on. Okay, now back here, very similar to the other Forte. It's going to be very dark in here, I'm sorry. Good thing though, we have LED lights inside. Those are very bright at night. We have our vents back here, so just like the X Premium. And then down here, it's going to be probably very hard to see, but there is a USB port. And then, like I mentioned earlier, both these main seats are heated. You do have an armrest and cup holders built into the center here. And that's about it. Oh, another big thing, also why it's so dark in here, black headliner. So only the GT line and the GT Limited have this black headliner. I don't think it's listed in the brochures either, so it was kind of a nice surprise to see. I definitely prefer it because I like the dark sporty look, but it's up to you, same thing. The X Premium might be better for you if you don't like the sporty accents, a little bit more low-key. Let us know if there's anything else you guys want to see between these two cars. I mean, mechanically, like I mentioned, they are the same thing. It's really just styling and technology. We're happy to answer more questions. We're just going to hop out.
Do you want to pop the hood on your car?
Sure. It's definitely dirty under there, but I can do that. That is not generally a part of my car that I clean.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not hydraulic.
Yeah.
There you go.
But there she is. Sometimes I change the washer fluid by myself. But other than that, it's a blessing working at a dealership. But yeah, there's your 2-liter MPI, so multi-point injection engine, IVT transmission, fuse panel, coolant, everything, just your regular basic engine bay. There ain't much going on in here. No strut bar.
But it does
or anything.
the job.
It does the job, and it does it efficiently. So I'm just going to close this, and we'll answer some more questions. It's definitely warm in here. I was driving just before. There we go. Let's look.
Okay, great. So we will take the camera back over here with the vehicles in the background, and we'll get into the time where we're really focused on answering your guys' questions, or if there's anything else that you would like us to go back and show, we can do that too.
Maybe quality is throwing us off, but hood looks surprisingly clean. Like the engine bay, I have not cleaned that since ever. But the vehicle itself, I do keep clean. That's good. I want to see her husband.
Oh, is that
Charlotte's?
me? He's not here.
Not here. 50 likes and Gabby tries on the sandals. No. Someone said, "Oh, this is yours, Gabby." Yes, the white one is mine.
That is Gabby's car. Woohoo!
Love the glasses, Charlotte.
Oh, thank you.
Just gonna check for any other. Sorry if it looks like we're staring into La La Land. We're reading the comments up on our big screen here. Looking for questions, though.
Yes. So if anyone has any questions about the vehicles, or if they want us to go back and show anything.
Charlotte's haircut's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Aww.
Wow, I'm being spoiled today by the comments. My head is gonna explode. Grow.
It's synthetic leather, so I think that's vegan. That is correct. Tim said Gabby and her fishing license and camo gear.
Yes.
No camo gear, but yes, I did get my fishing license. It's not a big deal, guys.
Wireless Apple CarPlay update. As of right now, we're not seeing wireless Apple CarPlay in vehicles that have the bigger screen in them. The EX Premium, it does have wireless Apple CarPlay, the capabilities. So it's fully wireless because it's got the charging and also wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto capability. But we're hoping maybe in the next couple model years that we'll see the wireless CarPlay kinks worked out for the 10.25-inch screen. That would be excellent because I like it to be wireless.
Someone said, "Why is the quality bad?" It started off pretty good, but unfortunately, as people
We've been watching it dip in and out. It looks like it's clearer now for us.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Our Wi-Fi is not great.
I know.
That's all I got.
For info on the EV6 or EV9, standing by. You're going to keep standing. Unfortunately, no new information on the EV9. We haven't had anything, super official released on that yet for the EV6. Unfortunately, the status still hasn't changed where we're not able to actually order those vehicles right now. I see a question about 23 Nero info. Yes, we actually do have 2023 Nero EV info.
And it's getting posted
tomorrow? Today?
Today?
Tomorrow? It can go up today.
It's going up today. There we go.
So yes, we do have 23 Nero info. So we'll put a video up on that today. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the 23 Nero info.
Yeah, absolutely. When I bought the GT, they said wireless is coming in an update. Too bad they didn't do it. We really hope, but at this point we don't have anything right now. How does the Forte 5 compare to these? So the Forte 5 drives the same. Sometimes I prefer the Forte 5 just because I think it looks a little cuter. But the only difference is you don't get a GT line trim line in the Forte 5. It's either you get the EX, which is a little bit more basic, I would say. It gives you most of your common bells and whistles, or you get the turbo. So if you want leather seating or if you want navigation, you have no choice but to get the turbo. That's why I'm really happy they included the GT line as a trim level. because I like leather,
Yeah.
I like a sunroof, but I do not like insurance prices and how high they are for me. So a turbo was not in the books for me.
I find that probably when it comes to trim lines, the regular Forte, like just the four-door sedan, it has a little bit more inclusive in its trim lines, where it's a little bit more. There's a couple more of them.
More options, yeah.
Whereas with the Forte 5, it's like, oh, all or nothing.
Yeah.
Almost.
Availability is also a very big thing when it comes to Forte versus Forte 5. It's way easier to get a Kia Forte than to get a Forte 5.
Mm-hmm.
And
2023 models coming out. So the EX Premium is a 2023 model.
Yeah, the gray one's
that's
a
23 model. It is a carryover model, so a lot of the exterior styling is virtually the same, and also feature-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we were putting against Gabby's 2022. But the EX Premium is a 2023 model. They have arrived.
Yep. They didn't remove any trim levels either or any features. So if you really liked how the brochures and everything looked for the 2022 Forte, don't worry, the 23s are still the same.
I see the other question about Nero EV info. Yes, it's specifically about Nero EV.
Yes.
So, yes.
Someone said, I thought ladies paid less for insurance.
We do.
We do. Well, everyone else does.
Everyone but Gabby.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's see. Where can we follow Insta? Brantford Kia on Instagram. That's us. So that's where whenever we're doing a live, we'll always post the car that we're going live on. And sometimes if it's a special event or like a special, I don't know, if we're doing a special week, we'll let you guys know too. That's another place where you can find out the latest Kia info, not Brantford Kia info, but yeah. Someone said Gabby is a speed demon.
Cannot confirm or deny, but her favorite mode is sport.
My favorite mode is sport. Real sporty girl. You guys should hold a trunk or treat
event
with Gabby in the trunk, showing off the trunk space.
Did you ever do those as a kid? I did.
Trunk or treat?
Yeah.
What is? I have no idea what that is.
It's a trick or treat. It's trunk or treat.
Don't know what that is. Get Gabby a Stinger Scorpion. I absolutely wish. I think I need a couple more people to say it in the chat so I can show it to management. We'll see. Is there a sport launch on the GT line? No, there isn't. So our only vehicles that have a launch control mode at this point is the Stinger. I want to see if the EV6 will have it.
Yeah. Oh, that thing would be would be fast.
Like the GT, yeah. The question is, what model will the baby drive?
The car seat.
The car seat, yes.
Good question. Again, I need more people to put it in the chat to change my demo to a Telluride for management.
Yeah, so please, in the chat, if you don't mind, Gabby Stinger and Charlotte would love a Telluride. Please, guys, come through. Sport launch on the GT Line Forte. No, there isn't. There's a sport mode. Both of these vehicles have a sport mode, so one isn't going to perform better than the other. Mine's not faster. Mine's not sportier. It just has that appearance package. They have the same horsepower, same spec, so 201 horsepower. Sorry, not 201. Oh my gosh, that's a GT. 147 horsepower. So no Stinger, no Telluride for demos.
Aw, dang.
I think we're gonna have to end the live. I'm joking. 147 horsepower and 132 pound-foot of torque. Sorry guys, I'm just scrolling down. Please say hello to Adar. Hi, Adar. Looking for any other questions. Folding mirrors. Neither of them have folding mirrors. No. They all have mirror lights though. And they're heated mirrors, so that's quite nice. Pat snuck in quickly there. Which car do you two prefer? Which car do we prefer out of these ones, or just like in general? You have one child and you want a Telluride?
I want a Telluride for many reasons. I have many dogs.
She's got some dogs at home. So, but yeah, which car do you two prefer? Like between these two? I think the one I drive.
I feel like
the one I chose.
The EX Premium would probably make the most sense for me, so I feel like I would probably end up picking that one if I had the choice between the GT line. So we'll wait for a couple more questions. We'll probably have to wrap up our live soon, just because we are starting to get a little bit later on. I keep seeing the launch control question come up, but no, there is no launch control.
No launch control. Forte. Who's taller between me and Charlotte?
Gabby.
Me. I'm wearing heels today too, but normally I'm a little bit taller than her.
I'm not very tall.
Who wouldn't want a Telluride? I want the blacked out one. I do like the Telluride. Decorating for Halloween. Probably not the dealership, but I'm sure Charlotte will. She's very festive.
I love festivities.
Last year for Halloween, I came in dressed up as my manager, Tim. So I wore a blue suit. I wore men's shoes.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, I brought a briefcase. I wore glasses. I wore a tie. It was freaky. I sold a couple cars that day too. So win. Any
more
Seltos?
questions? Sorry.
I got a Seltos EX limited availability question. I think you might mean the EX Premium. We haven't had EX Premium Seltos in a long time. Last update we had was that they're about a year wait. So that is definitely the longest wait time for a Kia Seltos, with the hardest trim level to get for sure. Someone said VTEC and a Forte. No, VTEC is a Honda thing. Not here. Wrong brand. What's useful, Forte or Soul? Soul, you definitely have a little bit more room to play around with. If you have kids or if you're just a taller person in general, I would definitely recommend the Soul. Also, as for older people, I would say too, it's very easy to get out of. The Forte is definitely lower to the ground. So
okay, Mark watched me struggle getting out of the Forte today because as I get more pregnant, I struggle more and I drive an SUV, so I was like rolling out of the Forte this morning.
Yeah, it's I like it, but there's been a couple times I have hit my head, and that's not the car's fault. Sometimes I just straight up don't pay attention, but it happens. I can see how for somebody that's taller it may be an issue, but that's where the Soul would be perfect because it's the same engine, same transmission, just a little bit more room, and of course, a little more square. She's a boxy girl. I think that's about it for today, guys. Charlotte, do you have anything to add before we?
No, I don't think so. Thank you guys, as always, so much for watching these videos and for participating. We love interacting with you guys and answering your questions. If we weren't able to get to answer your question in the live, feel free to put it in the comments below when this video is posted, and we'll do our best to get to them. And
we'll see you next time. Bye. We go live on Thursday too, by the way, 2 p.m. All right,
we'll see you there.
See you there.